We've been talking about communication, and in your handouts and downloads you have a handout that's called Basic Communication. So let's take a look at that just for a minute and look at the key principles that are listed there in terms of talking about the basics, if you will, in communication and understanding communication. The first one is we think in terms of pictures, not words. You know, the way our mind works, and we talked about the filters that are in our thinking, mind works, it looks at situations and hears things, and it draws a picture, if you will, in our mind about what's being talked about. So if a word or information doesn't draw a picture in the mind, it's very difficult to grasp hold of it. So some words have difficulty in drawing a picture in our mind. Therefore, it's very difficult for us to understand those type of words. So an example would be the word circus. You know, if I say circus, in your mind you have a picture, not necessarily of a circus, but maybe of a tent or an elephant or something. So that word creates a picture and helps create understanding. The second principle is that words don't have specific meanings. And the point it makes there is that the 500 most commonly used words in the English language have over 15,000 different definitions. So one word may mean something to one person, or it may mean something entirely different to the other. Different parts of the country, different words have different types of meanings. Words and meanings are quite complicated. So you have to be careful what words you use and in what context you are. Look at number 3. It says words have meanings in our memory bank. If you look at these two fellows in the diagram there, they think that they're communicating. The one on the left, A plus B equals C, and the one on the right, A plus B equals D, and both of them think they understand. People walk away from conversations all the time thinking that they have understood what we were talking about. And then only later do we find out that they didn't accomplish the goal or they didn't get the task done. And then we have a big argument about, I told you this, and they said, no, you didn't, and you say, yes, I did, and we go back and forth and back and forth. And this happens in marriages also. And we wonder, well, why didn't you, if you didn't understand, why didn't you ask me? Well, the interesting part about that is we thought we did understand. So there was not a reason to ask a question about it because we thought we understood. Well, how do you solve that kind of a problem? How do you be sure that what we're transmitting is getting down into the hearing of the other person? Well, you have to ask questions, and we talked about that a little bit. And that goes down to number 4. It says when communications are incomplete, negative feelings arise. And you've seen that in the workplace. When people don't understand, when communications are void, then people think negatively. They think the worst is going to happen. So one of the keys that we often talk about in communication is be sure that you can over-communicate. And really, I don't think you can. But let people know what's going on and be sure you give room to ask enough questions so that people will get the facts and know and take away the negative feelings.